Welcome to a documentary about legalising cannabis in England. Let me start off explaining to you what cannabis exactly is and what it does to your body. Cannabis is the most widely and illegal drug used all over the world. One of the main reasons why this drug is used is because it's easily produced. It's made from the plants Cannabis sativa. It's from the different types of plants and different parts of the plants which cannabis can vary from. This includes hashish, which is the cannabis resin, marijuana, sometimes called weed, skunk or herb. Skunk is the most modified, often stronger form of herbal cannabis. So what does cannabis actually do to your body? Cannabis receptors are widespread in the brain. Cannabis stimulates these receptors to produce a feeling of relaxation and an altered perception. This is known as getting high or stoned. Your body chills out through these effect of chemicals in the cannabis, attaching to the cannabis in your brain. THC, the active chemical in the cannabis, triggers this reaction of unnaturally intense levels. This stays in your brain longer than your body's natural chemicals. This is an experience of a sedated high, slowing you down quite some time, especially if you use it for a lot, which makes you have really panicky or suspicious feelings. Now if we move on to interviewing a first person who is an actual user of the drug. So in your own opinion, could you tell me, do you think cannabis should be legalised in this country? How do you think it would help? What kind of people would it help?
Help everyone. Because if you naturally say a person isn't allowed blah 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 blah, it makes a person want it even more. So if you just legalise it, then it would be better.
So how has this affected you, and what impact has this made on your life?
Well, I've got asthma, and then early on I used to wheeze all the time, and my asthma used to be very bad. I used to often have attacks, but now, since I've never weed, I don't wheeze as much. I don't use my inhaler as much, which is very good. And overall, I just feel good.
So it's helped you quite a lot?
It has. I was pretty shocked.
So from the scale from 1 to 10, how often did you used to wheeze or have asthma attacks or anything like that related to your asthma?
I think I used to have asthma attacks probably once a month at least. And almost every day I used to wheeze all the time, and my chest used to feel really heavy. Now I feel so light. I haven't had an attack since year 9, which was 4 years ago, which is very impressive, all because of weed. So yeah, overall a very good outcome.
So how many times do you smoke? A week, a month?
To be honest, as often as I can. So probably each week, I think. Roughly anyway, approximately.
Well, thank you for the interview and for this cup of tea. As you can tell, there have been positive feedbacks of the person that has used the drug, Kiran Kaur Verdi. She explained how it has helped her with her asthma. So overall, this has been a good opinion, and she thinks that you need to legalise weed in this country as well. So that's 1 thumbs up for legalising weed in this country. Now let's move on to our second interviewee, who is the drug dealer. How long have you been selling weed for?
5 years, maybe?
Would you see this as a long-term career or not?
I don't know. It would be good and bad.
Do you make a lot of money out of it?
Yeah, I do make money out of it, but it gets spent on stupid food and bare food. Not food smoking food, just eating.
how would this affect your business?
How would it affect it? It would make it worse for myself because well, actually no, I ain't actually got a clue because more people will be smoking weed, but then the price of cannabis will go down. But the increased amount of people might be higher. So yeah, there's no answer to that one until it actually happens.
So that's another thumbs up for legalising weed in this country. Let's move on to our public opinions and see what they think.
In terms of statistics, if you were to like maybe compare it to alcohol, all the reasons why it's illegal, kind of, well, if that's illegal, maybe alcohol should be as well.
Do you think cannabis should be legalised in this country?
Yes.
I don't think so. It should be legalised in this country.
Do you think weed should be legalised in this country?
Of course, weed should not be legalized in this country because there are so many factors that ripple the effects. Weed makes people go insane, makes people do things that, uncalled for, inhuman things.
So, having been to Holland and Amsterdam, I think it is quite a good idea to legalise it because then it's controlled. But at the same time, I don't necessarily agree with, the effects of it. But then legalising it does control it. So, I think it probably is a good thing.
So now you know all the facts about cannabis, from people saying no, from people saying yes, and a drug user themselves explaining to you how the effects of cannabis has affected them. So what are your opinions about legalising weed in England?